Alright. Hello, everybody. This is York 17819987. I am back again to play more, more Human Echo. I'm excited, so let's get right into it. Are we in episode 1? I guess we are. Load. Alright, so we were just getting on the plane. That's where we left off. Nikki, did that guy just say we need to wear seatbelts? In a jumbo jet, they let you undo them after a takeoff, right? Right? So it's gonna shake so much we can't take them off? Damn it, you tricked me. It's gonna shake after all. Where are the parachutes? I knew I should have taken the boat. That's kind of funny. Legend of the Golden Witch. Ah, this must be the beginning of the first episode. Yushimiya Badler. We kind of got a introduction to the. I can't skip this. Yushimiya George, Yushimiya Jessica, Yushimiya Maria, Yushimiya Kinzo, Yushimiya Kraus, Yushimiya Eva, Yushimiya Natsuhi, Yushimiya Hideyoshi, Yushimiya Rudolph, Yushimiya Rosa, Yushimiya Kiri, I think it's Kiri. Nanjo Teramasa, Shannon, Goto Toshiro, Ronu Genji Kanon, Kumusara Chio. Some of these are not names I have seen yet, so we're going to see them later, I guess. So we had a short flight to this island. So they said like 30 minutes, right? If I remember correctly from last time. Alright, let's see if I'll be able to progress soon with this. It's a classic VN thing, just waiting during those kind of cutscenes. Alright, here we go. Should have taken the boat. The boat. Fall! Fall! Ooh! Maria, that's enough. But what a surprise. I thought there was nothing that could scare Badler-kun. This guy can't handle vehicles for some reason. And he always yells about falling and sinking and stuff. You're a disgrace of a man, you are. Ah, shut up. That thing was seriously shaking way too much. I just got a little stressed since it was my first time on a small plane like that. You call that a little stressed? Sounds like it'd be fun to take you on an overseas vacation with you, Badler-kun. Would you like to go to Egypt with your aunt? You'd get to ride a plane for a full 14 hours. Ha ha ha! There's a good plan. Badler-kun, you should go see Eva Nissan. And she'll go let you toughen up some. I totally butchered that, but whatever. Just gonna roll with it. Still, it's so hilarious. Now. Everyone's got their own strong and weak points. It's bad to laugh at them. And he just kept laughing anyway. What? Dad, you're laughing too. Hey, Maria-chan, you shouldn't laugh anymore. Shouldn't laugh anymore? Ooh! God damn it. Is being scared of planes really such a big deal? Everyone obviously thinks I'm a big oaf now. Shh. Alright, we're driving. We split up and took separate taxis from the airport to the harbor. Now we're going to a harbor? Really? From there on, we would be taking a boat to the island. The islands are right next to each other, so the distance of the trip wasn't that great. By boat, it was a leisurely 30 minutes to the island. When we reached the pier where the boat to the island was anchored, we saw a figure waving at us. Okay, a new character. George Nissan! It's been so freaking long! Ah, Jessica-chan. It's been a year since I saw you. You've gotten taller again, haven't you? Yeah! Don't give me that. It's embarrassing when you say it every year. Hey, Aniki, you gotta be kidding me. Is that really Jessica? Wait a sec, George. Is this big guy Battler? We both stared at each other. She definitely didn't look like that in my memories, but I do remember her crazy way of talking. Yo, Jessica. What's this now? You're kidding me. You look like a woman now. What's this? Boobs? You even managed to get a chest. Let me rub them. Let me... Don't screw around with me. I'm a blushing flower of 18. Of course my hair grew longer and I got these. What, you think I got boobs just to be fondled by you, loser? And speaking of you, sure, you got all ridiculously huge, but do you get a bit stronger too? Don't screw with me. I'll show you how much training I've done since back then. You're pissing me off. I'll beat you at your own game. This headstrong girl's name is... She was born under the same unlucky star as me, sharing the same kind of weird name. Anyway, this is pronounced Jessica. She's Dad's older brother's daughter. That older brother happens to be the oldest son of the Ushiramir family, so for now, it means Jessica is the direct family heir. Since Jessica and I are the same age and sometimes had little boy-girl squabbles with each other, we've always been used to fighting and joking around whenever the relatives gather. Jessica grew more quickly, so she always had me beat in terms of size and physical strength. When we scuffled in a contest of strength, it usually went Jessica's way. So even though I realized I'd grown bigger, part of my mind was still convinced that I couldn't beat Jessica. Well, you know, that's fair after a long time. Whoa, what you're getting all serious for? Ow, 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 ow. Hey, this is nothing. Jessica, you've gotten weak. Shut up. I'm a girl, so of course I couldn't beat a guy with physical strength forever, right? Well, you got a point there. The meat I put on my arms all went to your chest. It looks like it'd be pretty even test of strength between my arms and your boobs, don't you think? I told you, my boobs aren't for you to feel up. Besides, how about you? Did your cute little elephant song get a bit bigger to go with the rest of you? Oh my gosh. This conversation's ridiculous. Stop it, you idiot. No, you perv. I'll be ruined for marriage. Don't touch my crotch. Don't say stuff people are gonna misinterpret. I was so surprised at how feminine Jessica had become that I had to joke around like an idiot to hide it. Yeah, actually, that's fair. Well, considering what a bossy brat she was 6 years ago, anyone would be surprised. And I guess she's just as surprised. She probably wasn't expecting to lose to me in a test of strength. After losing that easily, she must be shocked at how much I've grown in the past 6 years. 6 years. Once again, I'm being shown just what a huge gap of time that was. Crap. Total defeat. It's like I'm no match for you anymore. That's not true. Even Battler-kun must have his weaknesses. Right, Maria-chan? Ooh! Fall! Fall! Why is she still repeating this? Shh! Cut it out, Maria. Let's keep that a secret, okay? fall? The hell are you talking about? Sorry, but there's no chance that you'll see that weakness of mine now. After all, the nightmare plane trip is already over and done with. Idiot, he just said it aloud. Only thing left is the nice, quiet splashing of the boat ride. I never thought I'd start loving that piece of junk boat this much. Huh? George Nissan, is there something wrong with his head? You'll understand soon. Very soon. At the time, I didn't get what Aniki meant by that big smile. Oh, what have we here? Oh, Battler-san, how big you've grown. Who's it this time? It's an old lady with an apron. Oh, yeah, that takes me back. I remember now. You remember her, right? It's Kumasawa-san, the servant. I could never forget you, Kuwasama Bachan. After all, you haven't aged a bit in those past 6 years. If anything, I'd say you're looking younger than ever. Wow, he's so flattering. Oh ho ho ho. Lately, my skin's getting quite smooth and silky. And look, hasn't my chest gotten bigger as well? Oh my goodness, lady, no shame. How'd you like a little feel? You're kidding, right? My breast fondling is strictly limited to bouncy girls. Oh, I was quite bouncy in my youth. Don't be shy, fondle to your heart's content. Ah, give me a break. It's girls I'm looking for, not grannies. The jokes I'd cracked about Jessica were being turned against me. I think the servant's doing this intentionally then. Come to think of it, Kumasawa has always been the type to tease people. Yeah, I read that. Kumasawa-san, stop that now. People with one foot in the coffin shouldn't jump around. To sport with the young is the most rejuvenating medicine. Ho 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 ho. It's rare for you to come pick us up, Kumasawa-san. I wonder what's gotten into you. Usually, your lumbago kicks in whenever someone gives you a job to do. Ho ho ho, Eva-sama, you're as harsh as ever. I found myself with some urgent purchases to make, and while I was at it, I thought I would come welcome you all. Although, it does give a bad impression if the one waiting to greet you is a decrepit old woman. Ho ho ho. Aunt Eva spoke sarcastically, but Kumasawa Bachan's years of experience were nothing to sneeze at. She was more than capable of smoothly and coolly deflecting that comment. Well, it feels bad to say it, but old Kumasawa Bachan may be past your prime as a servant. That's kind of sad. She might act as though she's in good health, but between the headaches and her lumbago, her body is wearing out. Okay, I have to Google this because it's bothering me. What on earth is lumbago? Lumbago definition. Pain in the muscles and joints of the lower back. Okay, so her lower back's going bad. Okay. That's good to know. I didn't know that. Alright, anyway. To tell the truth, the very fact that she's still working is impressive. How old is she this year again? She must be pushing 80 at least. That's pretty old, yeah, to be still working. It's incredible that she's still able to act so cheerily. You just seem to get more and more lively. Oh, that's right, here you are. It's the tea I told you about before. Look, I brought you some. Or bought you some, whatever. Please do try it later on. Aunt Rosa took a souvenir bag out from her suitcase. To think that she remembered a promise that she apparently made last year and faithfully brought it. This sort of thoughtfulness was just like Aunt Rosa. She wasn't the kind of person who would forget or break a promise. Kumasama Ba-chan seemed deeply touched, not only that Aunt Rosa had remembered this year-old promise, but that she would bring a gift to a simple servant like her. This woman is Kumasawa Chiyo-san. She's a senior servant who's been working at the Yoshiramiya head family household for many years. Let me take a drink really quick. You have no idea how much reading takes a toll on your mouth. Pause on that one. Okay. She's been working at the household for many years. As you'd expect from someone her age, manual labor isn't her strong point, but she's a kind of super servant who can handle just about anything else, from kitchen work to cleaning and laundry. It seems like her only flaw is a tendency to slack off. I think that's been kind of mentioned. I hear she tries to get away from heavy or troublesome work by playing up her chronic diseases. In Kumasawa Ba-chan's case, this was probably a sign of craftiness rather than laziness. Though it probably doesn't impress those paying her salary. Ah well, even if she's pretty flaky when it comes to work, I could never dislike her. I guess that's probably because of her cheerfulness and her constant smile. Hey, glad to see you're still in fine spirits. How's your back doing then? Even with the medicine, it's not getting one whit better. According to the doctor, nothing can be done for this one. It's what you call an incurable disease. Anyway, Jessica-chan just keeps getting prettier. Good thing she takes after Natsuki-san. Or Natsuki-san. Really? Personally, I don't think we look alike at all. I mean, I don't even want to be like my parents. Because I got zero respect for them. Now, you shouldn't say such things. Though, there are quite a few people who don't want to be like their parents in our family. Ah, that's me! That's funny. You sure as hell better not take after me. Your nose looking like mine already pisses me off. What are you talking about? You're surprisingly alike, you and the father. Come on, you can't be serious. Just how am I like Dad? You're a lot like him, especially in how arrogant and prideful you are. Sorry if I sometimes mix up the voices. It's kind of hard to tell with this many characters who's speaking, but I'm trying my best. Father's blood is especially strong in you and Nissan. Wouldn't you say, Rosa? Oh, absolutely. Kraus Nissan and Rudolph Nissan are almost unbelievably like Dad. Alright already. Why am I the only one under fire from the girls? Hideyoshi Nissan, give me a hand, please. My, Rudolph-kun, you're always so popular with the ladies. I'm jealous. What? Man, he totally didn't back him up at all. As usual, you're popular enough to make me jealous. Well then, everyone, shall we head over to the boat? Come now, Ruria-san, let's get on the boat together, okay? Get on the boat together. Ooh! Everyone gets on the boat together. Ooh! Why does she repeat things so much? I don't understand. Anyway. Hell yeah, this time around I'm not gonna get scared. I'm used to being shaken by the waves. With that piece of junk fishing boat, I'm less afraid of the shaking than the engine breaking down and the boat drifting off. Oh yes, Badler-kun, I forgot to tell you. Aniki's been, hiding something the whole time, and I'm waiting for him to say something. That fishing boat was completely worn out, so it was taken out of commission a few years back. Now, we get taken to the island in a different boat. Oh, right. It's Badler's first time in the new boat. It's super comfy. And freaking fast! It could go at crazy high speeds. Oh. That means less travel time, right? That sounds great. Having to worry about sinking is less scary than being on a plane, but it'd still be awesome to get it over with as quick as possible. Ooh. Is Badler gonna go fall again? That's only on airplanes. Everything's fine now. Anyway, it's the Captain's Pride and Joy, a kind of modded high-speed boat. Seems like he's got it pretty souped up. He was bragging about how he attached 4 base high-efficiency propellers to make it break 40 knots or something like that. 40 knots? Even I don't know much about boats. That is fast. Anyway, he talks about it all the time, so we got it memorized. We sort of memorized the spiel. Yeah, I got it memorized too, since we hear about it every year. The captain says he's been so obsessed with modding ever since he lost a speed contest with a foreign boat ages ago. According to him, that opponent managed to break down 30 knots with just a fishing boat. And his thirst for revenge match got him to build an awesome, all-new, super high-speed modded boat. I'm sure you'll just love it, Badler. Super high-speed modded boat? My first thought was that this would be much better than some beat-up boat that might sink at any moment. But for some reason, I get this feeling of foreboding. Probably just overthinking it. He's not going to do well on the boat. I mean, to be fair, I probably wouldn't do well on a high-speed boat either. Hey, Badler, maybe you should just swim to the island. Badler-kun, you shouldn't lean over the railing too much. You might fall. Ooh, fall. Damn it. So this is why you were all grinning back there. So this is the super high-speed boat that the captain started modding. Oh yes, that piece of junk fishing boat from 6 years ago doesn't hold a candle to this guy. Whoa, it's shaking. Gonna fall, I'm gonna fall. Ooh. Gonna fall. Sorry, when I saw the ooh, I had to still make it the same sound. If I fall, land in the ocean and drown, where's the parachute? Where's the buoy? Give me a life jacket! Ah! Badler! Oh, sorry, that's somebody else. Badler, what the heck are you doing that for? Jessica-chan, Maria-chan, it's not nice to tease. Badler-kun, if you're scared, just don't come out on the deck. I think you'll be able to calm down a bit if you go inside the boat. That's a no thank you, Aniki. Shipwreck victims are always the one inside the boat. Oh my gosh. That's just stubbornness. Don't be stupid. The survivors are usually the ones on the deck during the accident. So I'm staying right here. But it's shaking. I'm gonna fall! Whoa! Shake! Gonna fall! Maria. Oh, that's Maria. So Maria said, "Shake, gonna fall." Ooh. Maria, I told you to behave yourself. But Badler-kun, it looks like you really can't handle it. I'll go tell the captain to slow down for you. Whoa, Aunt Rosa, thank you. I can tell you now that safe, slow driving is definitely the way to go, even on the sea. Don't do that, Rosa. Trials and tribulations are important for young men. Isn't that right, Badler-kun? You'd be better to overcome a little scare like this. Otherwise, you'll never be able to go out to Egypt with your aunt. Whoa, Aunt Eva, you're so mean. Oh no, I'm gonna fall. Life jacket, parachute. Whoa! Wait, gotta spin around and think that way. What's the enemy aiming for? Is he doing this to scare me? If that's what he's aiming for, too bad. Like hell, I'd be scared. But no, I'm gonna fall. Yeah, that was kind of a shipwreck, no pun intended. So, after I made a huge fool of myself for a while, Aunt Rosa had a talk with the boat captain, and he slowed it down to a more manageable speed for me. That's a bit better. Though I thought I was going to die earlier. Apparently the max speed I can tolerate is extremely slow. But that just now is completely insane. The whole boat was shaking. So this guy has a problem with shaking things, I guess. Sliding and leaping on the ocean surface. I felt like the riding on the back of a flying fish. Jessica was still guffawing at me as I leaned against the railing, tired and disheartened. I lost in that strength contest earlier, but I'm glad oh my gosh, I'm glad to know I'm no worse off where it really counts. So, in the spirit, I guess. But seriously, damn it. Go ahead and laugh. One of these days I'm gonna find your weakness and get back at you. And then your boobs will be mine to squish. That was a really stupid thing to say anyway. Yeah, sure. Good luck with that. Ooh, Battler. All weak. Yeah, Battler. All weak. I want to die on land, not in the ocean or the sky. Maria was patting my back, so I patted her head in return. Her expression was blank, as usual, but I realized that she wanted to console me. Battler-kun? I think this is her talking, okay. Battler-kun, the captain's throwing in drinks to make up for this. Would you like to calm yourself down? George Aniki and Kumasawa Bachan brought us all ice-cold cans of soft drinks covered with beads of water. Judging from Kumasawa-san's big grin, our parents inside the boat were probably all rolling around laughing at my moment of pure terror. Damn it. I'm so embarrassed, I can't bear to face any of them. If I didn't change the subject somehow, I had the feeling I'd be the butt of everyone's jokes for the whole trip, so I tried to think of something harmless to talk about. Hey, Jessica, how are Uncle Kraus and Aunt Natsuki? Every time I see this name, I think it's Natsuki, but no, it's Natsuhi. Trying to get that right. Aunt Natsuhi doing? My old man and mom? Unfortunately, they're fine. Though every other word that comes out of their mouths is study, study, which pisses me off. I'm so jealous, since it doesn't look like Uncle Kiyoshi or Uncle Rudolph would say stuff like that. Haha. No, oh no. Before I had my exams, my parents kept pressing me about it over and over. I thought it was annoying then, but now I'm grateful. Ha, I knew it. You really are awesome, Aniki. Anyway, I have to look after myself. No one tells me what to do. Well, it's not like they'd listen if I did, but... Battler-san, have you not returned to your parents' home? Well, I kind of go back now and then. I'm gonna get a drink really quick. Sorry. Well, I kind of go back now and then. I got lots of clothes and stuff left at the house I was living in until recently. Ooh? Battler has 2 houses? Something like that. Why? Why do you have 2 houses? Ooh. Only Maria, who couldn't really grasp the situation, voiced this naive question. However, the others just shot nervous glances at me, choosing not to respond even though they knew the answer. Maria, look, you can see the harbor now. Look, over there. Can you see it? Ooh, ah! Saw the harbor! Saw the harbor! Apparently Jessica was trying to be nice by changing the subject. Ah, well. I'd rather not talk about it if I could help it, but it's uncomfortable to have it treated like some sort of weird taboo. I don't mind it that much myself anymore. I may be a member of the Yoshimura family, but the truth is that, for the last 6 years, I've been living with my grandparents on my late mother's side, and I've never been using her family name. When those grandparents passed away one after the other, I basically had no choice but to go back and live with the old bastard. Don't get me wrong. I didn't just run away from home or anything like that. The only one at fault here is my dad. I don't really blame Kiri-san. Being able to hold the old bastard's reins and ride him out is no mean feat. Still, the way that old bastard betrayed my mom. Well, unfortunately, I still haven't fully gotten over that. We'll be getting there soon. George Aniki cleared his throat, trying to change the subject. Please forgive my indiscretion. It seems this old woman has said too much already. If I have hurt your feelings... I don't mind it, and no one's feelings are hurt. Don't worry, Kumasawa-bachan. Kumasawa-san seemed to regret speaking out of turn, but I was more concerned about being worried over, or for something like that, so I stood up and passed it off lightly. After that, I had a sip of my drink and headed over to Maria and Jessica, who were gazing at the silhouette of the island. Ooh! Badler! I saw the island! Saw the island! There! 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 Ooh! 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 Where is it? Oh, I see it now. Even after 6 years, the island hasn't changed a bit. The small island silhouette in front of us had gotten pretty close. This island's name is Rokkenjima. It's a small island about 10 kilometers around, located in the Izu archipelago. Since they call this archipelago the Izu 7, lots of people think that there are only 7 islands, but that's not true. There's actually several more, and Rokkenjima is one of the minor islands that don't get counted. Even if that were the case, I doubt you'd find many people who knew about this island. Only people connected to the Yoshimura family ever go there. In other words, outsiders and tourists never have any reason to care about it. So, you'll never find this island's name in a travel brochure. After all of Rokkenjima is an estate possessed by the Yoshimura head family. Only the Yoshimura family lives there, and only people connected to the Yoshimura family come in and go to and from there. There's nothing there except a harbor and a mansion. The vast majority of the island is still uncultivated forest. Such a waste, when it could be made into a nice golf course or something. However, when you realize that the entire coastline is a private beach, it starts to sound pretty magnificent. You've probably guessed by now, but to put it simply, well, the Yoshimura family is just rolling in dough. Yeah, I kind of surmise that they're pretty rich by now. The head family apparently possesses a vast fortune, and Dad and the others who make up the branch families have built up plenty of wealth for themselves, finding success in their respective businesses. I've been living a commoner's life at my grandparents' home these 6 years, so I'd completely forgotten. But the old bastard's house really is elegant, and everything about it is tuned to match the snobbish tastes of the annoyingly rich. Come to think of it, I guess that makes George Aniki, Jessica, Maria, and me wealthy, high-class gentlemen and ladies. Needless to say, none of us think of ourselves that way at all. I don't see myself as being rich, and George Aniki, who takes self-discipline very seriously, doesn't let himself get too comfortable. Jessica is always complaining that she'd rather move to the city than be rich. And Maria is still a kid who isn't really even interested in money at all. She's too young to understand. Does that attitude really make us any less snobbish? From the perspective of people in poverty who can't pay the bills, we really have been blessed with a lot. This isn't the place to explain any further, so I won't. Anyway, it's the same as not being able to choose the parents you're born from. I didn't ask to be born into a rich family, and I don't think it's really something to be envied. It can be pretty trying when people are prejudiced against you just because you're rich and refuse to judge you by your merits. As I pondered these sentimental thoughts, Maria started shouting and leaned over the railing. Wonder why. Ooh, gone. What's wrong, Maria? Did you drop something? Ooh, gone, gone, ooh. Maria kept yelling gone and gone. At first it sounded as though she had dropped something, but while she shouted, she also pointed out over the ocean. What's wrong? What's gone? I'll look for it too if you want. What is it? If she dropped something, she would have probably looked down at the floor, but Maria was pointing out over the ocean. One would assume by that gesture that she had spotted something, but she kept saying that something wasn't there. Strange. However, since my last memories of this place came from 6 years ago, I was able to spot it before Nikki, who comes here every year. Huh? If I remember correctly, wasn't there a torii or something on top of that small crag around here? That's right, it was definitely there. I remember it well, since as we get close to the island, it's the first thing to greet us, like a landmark. Wow, you're really amazing, Battler. Even though it's been 6 years, you remembered. It was here, wasn't it? I remember too. The tutelary god's shrine and the Torii-like thing were standing all alone on that crag. And now that you mention it, they are gone, aren't they? I'm pretty sure they were still there last year. Gone! Gone! Ooh, ooh, ooh! Maybe they were washed away by the waves or something. It was a small crag, so it probably got worn away over time. Well, that's my theory, too. It was last summer that it disappeared. But they say an enormous lightning bolt came crashing down one evening and smashed the shrine. The fishermen whisper that having a thunderbolt fall upon our honored tutelary god must be a portent of approaching misfortune. Kuwabara. Kumasama-san smiled impishly as if teasing us, rubbing her hands together while intoning a Japanese phrase meant to ward off lightning. However, Maria apparently took this seriously, and stared fixedly over the ocean to where the crag housing the shrine god was supposed to be. A portent of misfortune. Ooh. Enough, Kumasawa-san. Maria isn't old enough to get that kind of joke. It's okay, Maria-chan. It's just a coincidence. Nothing scary's gonna happen. George Aniki put a hand on Maria's shoulder to calm her down, but Maria's sharp-eyed expression didn't waver. Misfortune. Maria muttered that word over and over. Apparently, repeating a single word over and over is a habit that Maria's had for a long time. Yeah, and I noticed. However, since the word she was saying was literally an ill omen, it was a bit creepy. Hey now, Maria. If you say it over and over like that, misfortune will really end up happening, you know. I tapped Maria's other shoulder. Maria whipped her head around, stared in my face, and spoke unblinkingly. Ooh. Misfortune is coming. Huh? And just where is it coming from? I answered lightheartedly, trying to break the tension in the air. At that moment, Maria held up a finger, raised her arm high, and pointed up to the heavens. When I looked up, I saw that the sky was still just as cloudy, but it had grown a great deal more leaden than it had been that morning. That's right, they were saying that a typhoon was approaching. We had planned to spend one night on the island, but if this storm doesn't pass quickly, I won't be able to make it to school on Monday. Well, I guess it makes for a pretty good excuse to be absent. She apparently sensed some kind of misfortune in this cloudy sky. She'd been muttering that non-stop for a while now. That is truly creepy, yes. Girls at Maria's age tend to be very impressionable. She's just about that age that many girls start to get excited about sixth senses and whether they had any psychic potential and stuff. I mean, if you say so. For all we know, this might be due to her childish, sensitive nature. It's okay, Maria-chan. The weather might get worse tonight, but tomorrow it'll clear up and become a pretty blue sky. Ooh, pretty blue sky. Ooh. That's right, by tomorrow it'll be a pretty blue sky. There's no rain that doesn't end, and no clouds that never clear. Ooh, rain that doesn't end? Clouds that never clear. Ooh. I know the typhoon's coming, but soon it'll go away. It'll be okay, Maria. Ooh! Ooh! Ooh, ooh, ooh! Ooh, ooh, ooh! Maria started yelling ooh, ooh. It looked as though she was having a tantrum because no one could understand what she was trying to say. This is giving me bad feelings. Not necessarily for Maria-chan, but she's sensing something that nobody else is sensing, and that is truly a bad omen. There's something else going on here that we're not seeing. What in the world is Maria trying so desperately to warn us about? Unable to understand her, we couldn't help but feel a vague sense of misfortune. I've heard that everyone can feel the supernatural, but that it weakens as you age. That might mean that Maria, the youngest one of us at all, still possessed some kind of sense that the rest of us had lost. I wonder if that sense is sending her a warning. At that moment, Kumasawa-san quietly opened her mouth. Rumor has it that long ago, Rokenjima was... Kumasawa-san, let's not talk about that now. Just as Kumasawa-san was about to tell some kind of story, Jessica sharply interrupted her. Jessica's tone was extremely firm for her. I wanted to push her further just out of simple curiosity, but judging by the look on Jessica's face, whatever Kumasawa-chan was likely to say would probably make Maria even more uneasy. If I did try to press her for the story, the odds were pretty good that it wouldn't be anything bright and cheery. Oh, I do apologize about that. The wind here is hard to bear for the elderly, so if you would excuse me for now. Gossipers have no reason to hang around after they've been told to stop chatting. When Kumasawa-san finally realized that she had overstepped her bounds, she went back inside the boat. After she left, Uncle Hideyoshi showed up in her place. Since he had arrived mid-conversation, he completely failed to notice the complicated atmosphere that hung around the scene, so he refreshingly and unwittingly swept that atmosphere aside. So in the end, it was his lack of tact that brightened the mood. Looks like we're almost there. Okay, just a bit more. Took forever at the speed we went today, didn't it? Wonder whose fault that was. Ah, Uncle Hideyoshi, give me a break already. Come on, don't stop there. Seriously, thanks to Battler here, it's taken forever. Woo! Maria probably thought that everyone was refusing to listen to her. She hung her head, wearing a fretful expression. As she did, George and Iki crouched down to meet her eyes and spoke to her kindly. Maria-chan, there's nothing to be afraid of. Because we're all together. There's nothing to be afraid of if we're together. Go ahead and say it. Ooh, there's nothing to be afraid of if we're together. Yes, there's nothing to be afraid of if we're with each other. Ooh. That's right, exactly what George and Nikki said. If we stick together, there'll never be anything at all to be afraid of. This is some super foreshadowing, definitely, but, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. Right, Jessica? Yeah, no doubt about that. What George Nissan says is always true, Maria. Ooh. George Oni-chan, always true. Yes, I don't lie. So trust me. There's nothing to be afraid of if we're all together. Ooh. George Oni-chan doesn't lie. I trust you. There's nothing to be oh, she's just repeating it. Okay, sorry. There's nothing to be afraid of if we're all together. Not afraid. George jumped into... sorry, I'm getting that mixed up. Maria jumped into George Aniki's arms and hugged him tightly. After Aniki patted her head, she jumped away again. Her facial expression had undergone a 180-degree change, turning back to normal. She was once again the ordinary Maria. Ooh, there's nothing to be afraid of anymore, because we're together. Ooh, ooh, she's like a parrot. She just repeats everything that's said to her. Yeah, that's it. You looked all better now. You're strong, and that's awesome. Ooh, I'm awesome! Hey now, what's going on here? Maria-chan didn't get seasick, did she? Ha ha ha. Well, something like that. We'll be arriving soon. The harbor was already drawing near. I think we finally made it to Rokkenjima. It's the title, it's the name of the game. I'm just kidding. Alright, so let's see what happens. There's a clock here. Okay, I had to click it, sorry, I didn't know this. I thought it was like a cutscene or something. The boat gave a big shudder. Seems like we docked at the harbor. The boat driver came out and jumped to the pier with the mooring rope. A large man in a tuxedo was waiting there for us with a warm smile. I didn't recognize his face, but judging by his clothes, I guessed he was a servant of the Mishira Miyahide household. Welcome home, my lady. You were so late in returning that I began to worry. Ah, thanks for caring. This moron got so scared we had to slow down. It was seriously annoying. Shut up. Someday when the shoe's on the other foot, you'll remember this. Ugh. At this rate, word will spread to the whole family, and I'll be the big conversation piece during dinner. Even without this, everyone would be talking about me because of that 6-year gap, but now I've given them an even juicier topic. Damn it, why did the Yushiramiya head family have to live on this isolated island? In the meantime, the boat had finished its mooring. A small plank was lowered so that we can get down. One by one, our parents came up from inside the boat. You must all be quite tired from your long trip. Madame, please allow me to assist you. Thank you. It's been a while, Goda-san. How are you? I thank you for your concern. It is always my pleasure to serve. Badler-kun, isn't this your first time meeting Goda-san? If I'm not mistaken, you weren't working here 6 years ago, right? Indeed. So please, allow me greet him for the first time. I guess that should be allow me to greet him for the first time, whatever. It is an honor to meet you, Badler-sama. I'm pretty confident about my height, but you're huge. This is definitely our first meeting. I'd never forget a big guy like you. It's a pleasure. I'm Badler. I was looking forward to meeting you. I am Goda, your servant, and I have been working for the Mishiramiya head family since the year before last. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. If there is anything you need, please feel free to rely on me at any time. Goda-san, it's been some time. It been too long, George-sama. Please allow me to assist you. As usual, you're a pro at welcoming guests. If you ever need a job, please let me know, okay? I'd hire you anytime. You do me too much honor. Please allow me to assist you, Hideyoshi-sama. This guy is very professional, wow. I mean, he's a butler, but still. Goda-san then lent a hand to everyone as they disembarked, greeting them as they passed. His speech and mannerisms had the refined polish of a professional. That's, yeah, literally what I just said. He was very graceful, in contrast with his initially tough-looking appearance. His large size made him seem a bit scary at first, but he was much more polite than my first impression had led me to believe. He claimed to have served on the island for 2 years, but he had doubtless worked at a similar job somewhere before. After everyone disembarked, the mooring rope was untied, and the boat started to steer away from the harbor. It was probably returning to its home port on Niijima. The captain waved his hand in farewell. Maria conscientiously waved her hand back. Now that I think about it, that must be why I felt something out of place for a while now. I can't hear the cries of the seagulls. Seagulls? The birds? If I remember correctly, whenever we came to this island in the past, the seagulls always greeted us with their lively "nya, nya" cries. Because of that, whenever I hear the cries of seagulls anywhere else, I get the feeling that I'm coming to a family conference. Except for the small part of the island where those of the Mishiramiya head family live. Rokkenjima has been left uncultivated, which apparently makes it a paradise for wild birds. Supposedly there was a cliff somewhere that housed a huge seagull colony, so this island was always full of seagulls. Not having those seagulls here to greet us made me feel a bit lonely. He must be extroverted. What's wrong, Badler-kun? Oh, Aunt Rosa. Nah, it's nothing really. I just was thinking about it's a bit lonely without the cries of the seagulls. My, that's true now that you mention it. Even though you're always so noisy, today there isn't one to be seen. I said even though they're always so noisy. Anyway. Ooh? Why no seagulls? Maybe it's because the seagulls are having a get-together somewhere too? Maria, did you want to see the seagulls? Oh, wanted to see them. Still, it's a bit strange that there isn't a single one around. Maybe Jessica grilled them all and ate them. Oh! Hell, don't say disturbing stuff like that. You'll get Maria believing it. Ooh, ooh, Jessica Oni-chan grilled them! Jessica Oni-chan grilled them! Oh! I did not. I did not. Why the hell would I do something like that? That's right. That's right. Jessica grilled them. Skin 'em meatballs, liver and onion. Swimming meatballs, liver and onion. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ha 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 ha. Is that him? Ha ha ha. Oh no, she's laughing at me. Sorry. Ha 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 ha. As I made fun of Jessica, Maria tagged along, looking like she was having fun. Oh, I never guessed she was such a good sport. Alrighty then, from today on I'll make you my #1 follower. As I smiled at her, she beamed, looking overjoyed, possibly because she was happy about this little connection we had made with each other. That's not it, Maria-chan. I've heard wild birds are attuned to changes in the weather and atmospheric pressure. The weather will probably get worse tonight. The seagulls might have returned to their nests early. Ooh, not grilled? Jessica Oni-chan didn't grill them? No, no! I wouldn't do something like that. Badler, you admit right now that you lied. Badler-kun, Maria-chan is a naive girl, so she takes even jokes seriously. You should choose your jokes more carefully. George Aniki gently scolded me. Even though I had outstripped Aniki in height, Aniki was Aniki, of course. There was no choice but to obediently apologize. Sure, my bad. Maria, that was just a joke. The seagulls are all taking it easy in their nests today, after all. Badler lied? George Oni-chan told the truth? Had she actually been tricked, despite all the fun she was having? Her pure eyes made me feel guilty. Maybe I was a little too overboard with her after all. Yeah, that's right. What George Aniki said is true. The weather's bad, so they probably went home for the day. It doesn't mean they're gone, right, Aunt Rosa? That's right. Tomorrow, when the weather gets better, I'm sure they'll come back, so we can hear them cry meow meow like they always do. Ooh, I'll wait until the weather gets better and they come back. Gonna wait until tomorrow. Gonna wait until the weather's better. Ooh, ooh. Maria was in a lighter mood and was looking forward to tomorrow when the seagulls would come back and fill the skies. Still, George Aniki really was amazing at taking care of kids. I think I remember Aniki taking good care of me as well when I was a brat 6 years ago. Aniki, that's probably your gift. George-kun is amazing at taking care of young kids. If you wanted to, I bet he'd do great in a job with childcare, don't you think? Yeah, it's almost like George Nissan was born to do something like that. Personally, I think that'll suit you better than doing business in some company president's office. Oh no, childcare is a fine career path, but it's not a job where merely liking children is enough. You really are modest, George-kun. But Badler-kun is quite good with children too. Just a second ago, even though it didn't last long, Maria seemed to be having a lot of fun. Please keep on playing with her like you did just now. Just choose your jokes more carefully, okay? Aunt Rosa winked at me, giggling a little. She's a real mother, I thought to myself, who's happy to see Maria having fun. Come on, Rosa. And you brats too. What the hell are you doing? Let's get going. This guy, he's so funny. Okay, we're coming. The old bastard is waving for us to hurry up. Yes, we needed to get moving. We might as well have this conversation after setting our luggage down in our rooms. Now then, everyone, allow me to lead you to the guest house, where you will be spending the night. Please, this way. Goda-san called to everyone and led the way. Kumasawa-san brought up the rear. Alright, I guess we're going to the guest house now. A serpentine, twisting path led through a dim forest. It ran a bit uphill. I guess the path was made all twisty so the slope wouldn't seem too steep. But personally, I'd have been happier if they had just had the guts to make some stairs in a straight line. No doubt they had made the path twist on purpose to put on airs of distance and importance. Before long, we saw garden-style stone steps. Ah, from here on, I do have some memories. Go up these, and at the top of the stone steps, we saw a beautiful guest house. Ooh, flashlight. Its facade was lovely, of course, but more importantly, we couldn't enter its doors without having our hearts stolen away by the splendor of the beautiful rose garden spreading before it. Ah, it's just as beautiful as ever this year. A real delight for the eyes. After climbing the stone steps, the people greeted by this rose garden gave voice to their impressions one by one. Is it just me, or are the flowers a little less lively this year? It's probably because it wasn't this hot this summer. I also believe that was a factor. Sadly, this year's blooming is a tad inferior when compared to last year's. Even so, it was a delightful rose garden. I remembered that even 6 years ago, huge numbers of roses had greeted us every year. This rose garden was the first thing that greeted the people who came to Rokkenjima. Even our parents, who came every year, couldn't help but give voice to their admiration. In fact, it seems to have undergone a power-up from the garden in my memories of 6 years ago. This place is always so amazing. It would be wonderful to have a rose garden like this at home. Give it up. Who do you think would take care of it? Roses are a real pain with bugs and diseases to worry about. Well, from what I've heard, Kiri-san takes care of a rose every day and makes sure no bugs get anywhere near it, right? Huh? What are you talking about? That's right. Though in this person's case, the rose goes after the insects like some nasty carnivorous plant. Oh, so that's what you mean. Come on, Rosa, can't you give it that a rest just for today? I put that sort of thing completely behind me. I wonder. After all, you're a womanizer on an almost genetic level. No need to worry, Rosa-san. When a rose gives you too much trouble, it's always best to snip it at the root. Ha 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 ha. Such frightening talk this is. Guys who are popular with the ladies are always forced to live dangerously. I sure hope I turn out a bit prettier in my next life. Hideyoshi Nissan, like I keep saying, it isn't like that at all. And Kiri, stop it, you're freaking me out. You made my rose wilt. Alright, this is a really good point to stop. We've gotten to the mansion. We'll have a lot of other parts of the story after this. My dog is getting impatient, so... This is Jort17819987. I am going to sign out for now and take care of some stuff at home. I hope you enjoyed the long reading. We're starting to get somewhere in Yumineko. Until next time, bye-bye everyone, and stick around for more readings later.